As children, we learned about pressure exerted by solids. Solids exert pressure downwards towards the earth because of the gravity of the earth. If heavy things are kept, then they will put pressure downwards. The pressure never acts on the side or on the upwards. But the difference between pressure exerted by solid and liquid we'll read now. The pressure exerted by liquid and gases. So to study the effect of pressure exerted by a liquid, there is an activity 11.8. You have to take a transparent glass tube and fix on one end, you have to fix a balloon, tie a balloon or a rubber sheet. Stretch the rubber sheet tightly over one end of the pipe and hold the pipe, keeping it in vertical position. Now fill water inside this tube. When you fill water inside this tube, what do you think will happen? So you will be able to tell that when you will fill water inside this tube, the rubber which is at the bottom will bulge and it will swell up. So why does this happen? The height of the water column in the pipe, if it is kept fixed, the balloon height will remain fixed. Now when you add more water, the balloon or the rubber sheet at the bottom will stretch more and it will bulge more. So what happens when pressure is applied on a liquid? So here with this activity we see that the liquid is exerting pressure downwards in the tube. The activity in this shows that the balloon or the rubber sheet which is fixed at the bottom of the tube swells up. So this activity shows that liquid exerts pressure in the downward direction. Why do you think the liquid exerts pressure in the downward direction? It is because of the weight of the liquid, and weight of every substance on the earth acts in the downward direction with the force of gravity. So the balloon in the tube swells up, and this shows that the liquid pressure acts in the downward direction. Next activity 11.9. In this we have to take a glass bottle, and in this glass bottle you have to make a cylindrical glass tube, fix it at the bottom. That means you have to make a hole at the bottom and fix a small cylindrical tube at the bottom, and on this small cylindrical tube neck, it is like a neck, you have to fix a rubber sheet. So in this activity what do we see? That when again we will fill water inside this bottle, the bottle has got a small knob at the bottom. So what will happen? The water will again exert pressure. Add water in this, the water will put pressure, and on the side where there is a balloon, the balloon will swell up. Let's see more about it with the diagram. With the diagram it is clear that the bottle is filled with water and there is a balloon at the bottom. When you fill water in the balloon in the bottle, what do you think will happen? The water will exert pressure downwards and the balloon will start swelling up. The liquid will exert pressure on the wall of the container, which can be seen with the swelling of the balloon. The water will put pressure and the balloon will swell up. So water level will slowly fall down, it will go out the sides and the balloon will swell up. If we add more water in the bottle, what will happen? The balloon will swell more. When we pour some more water in the bottle, the change in the bulge of the rubber sheet will take place and it will swell more. So this activity shows that liquid exert pressure not only in the downward direction but also in the sideways direction. This is a very important property of a liquid which is seen in around us. We'll read about it in the later slides. The bringing of the rubber sheet in this case indicates that water exerts pressure on the sides of the container as well as. So another activity of liquid pressure is, again we take a bottle, plastic bottle, and from the picture you can see that there are holes made at the bottom of the bottle, and all the holes are on different places of the bottle, and they are made at the same height. That means at the same place from the bottom of the bottle, the holes are made, 4 holes are made on the 4 sides of the bottle, and then it is filled with water. So we know that water will start coming out. This water which comes out is coming out at a fixed speed. So we will see that the water comes out at a fixed pressure, and it comes out and falls at the same distance from the bottle. So why do you think this happens? Liquid exerts pressure on the walls of the container. This means the liquid is exerting pressure on the sides. We learned in the previous experiment, but with this experiment we can say that liquid exerts same pressure at the same height in any container. That means if the holes are at the same place, so the liquid exerts same pressure at the on the 4 holes which have been made at the same height. So this shows liquids exert pressure on the side and liquids exert equal pressure at the same depth. And what do you think would happen if in the same bottle 3 or 4 holes were different height? One hole at the top, one at the middle, and one at the bottom. What do you think will happen? The water will come out from the holes, but it will not come out and with the same force. Where do you think the water will come out with great force? Obviously the water will come out from the bottom hole with the great speed. Above this hole the water will come out with less speed, and the hole which is at the top, water will come out with the minimum speed. So we learnt the property of liquid pressure, that liquids exert pressure in the downward direction, liquids exert pressure in the sideways direction, liquids exert equal pressure at the same depth, and liquids exert more pressure at more depth and less pressure at less depth. Next is the activity on dealing with pressure. So let's continue the pressure of gases. When we fill a bicycle tube, what happens to the tube? Inflates, it bigger in size. Do these situations, when you fill air in a balloon, the size of the balloon increases. So what does this show? Do these observations suggest that air exerts pressure on the inner walls of a balloon or a tube? Yes, when you fill air in a balloon, then the air exerts on the balloon outwards. When we fill air in it exerts pressure on the walls of the tube and the tube. So that gases also exert pressure on the walls of the container, and it is seen that this pressure is equal in all directions. So the air exerts pressure, that is the liquid exerts pressure, which is equal in all directions, and atmospheric pressure is the pressure exerted by air. So let's see that atmospheric pressure, there is an on air. So we all know what is atmosphere. The layer of atmosphere or the layer of air which surrounds the earth is called atmosphere. This envelope of air is called atmosphere. This atmospheric air extends up to a certain height. After that, you know that there is no air up to few kilometers. Exerted by this, the pressure exerted by this layer of air is called atmospheric pressure. The pressure exerted by air on the surface of the earth due to the air present outside the earth is called the atmospheric pressure. We know that this pressure is force per unit area. We have learned that pressure is equal to force upon area. If we imagine, now we are about to calculate or figure out how much is the pressure exerted by air. Suppose there is a cylindrical standing in filled with air, and there is a tube shown here, and it is filled with air. So at the bottom of the tube there will be some pressure. A cylinder standing on filled with air, then the weight of air in the cylinder can be measured. But how large or small is the atmospheric pressure? So this pressure is, we cannot see it. If you take an empty tube, we will say it is hollow, but there is air inside it. So if we imagine how much is the air pressure in a tube which is hollow, we find that it is a huge amount of pressure. So this pressure exerted is called atmospheric pressure. How large and how small is the atmospheric pressure? Let us